So now what we're gonna do is we worked on the transition. So the next drill, I wanna show you guys how to maintain the mount position. From there, we're gonna work on some fundamental strikes. Once we have the mount, there's always two places I wanna put my hips when I'm in a mount position. Number one is regular, like low mount. My hips are just above his hips, just like this. Okay, belly button aligned with the belly button. Problem with this is, although I have a comfortable position for myself, and this is a perfect position to start ramming punches, is I'm sitting over his hips, and the moment he puts his feet on the mat and starts to bridge up, go, now I start to lose the balance, and it forces me to post my hands to the mat. When I have the low mount like this, what I'm going to do is make sure that my knees are tucked in tight, and I'm gonna hide my heels almost underneath his butt like this. So I wanna hide my feet underneath. And my hands, of course, they're gonna be posted on a mat for balance. And now I start to just monitor a little bit of his hips. So now when he starts to bridge, he bridges, but I ride the wave and I'm stuck to him, okay? So now he has to bridge most of my body weight, as opposed to if I'm here and he bridges up, now, I'm forced to post on a mat. So it's not an effective way to start striking. But when I'm ready to start doing punches, we're gonna go one punch at a time, is I'm gonna bring my hands up and bring my knees a little bit higher into the armpits. Now, my feet are tucked in against his side. I'm in what we call the high mount position. One hand posted on the mat, and then from here we're gonna practice ramming one punch here, very softly. Post the other one on the mat, one punch softly. Now, if you wanna do two punches, of course, you're gonna have to come up. But now, because I'm in the high mount, if he does a bridge, I can ride the wave a lot better by leaning back. Okay? And then I go 1, 2, and then I can come back to the mat. Come back up, I push off the mat. 1, 2. If he bridges, I can ride the wave a lot better. 1, 2, he bridges, ride the wave like rodeo. And then when I'm ready to stabilize, I place my hands on the mat again. Keep in mind, in a real fight, the bottom person can also hit you, but there's not the effective power. If I'm on top from this position and I throw a really hard punch to my partner, or my opponent in this case, 1. A lot of momentum, nothing stopping me behind my elbow. Okay? But if Barkley was to throw a punch, there's not a lot of momentum because number one, the reach is not there. And number two, even if it did, for example, let's say I was here, there's the floor, the mat behind him. So there's not a lot of, like, you can't really cock the punch in. Right? So it's just like short punches. Versus me, I'm all the way back here. Okay? Right into the face. Okay? On the other side, same thing. And then you're back to stabilizing position. We're gonna start just above the hips, knees tucked into the waist, hide your shoelaces tucked in against the floor. So everything is tucked in tight, hands are just above. When I'm ready to go for punches, I'm not gonna do it here because I'm just above the bridging power. So I'm gonna go slowly. 1, 2, onto the chest. I go 1, here, back, 2, here, back. Come up straight, 1, 2, maybe bridges, ride the wave, 1, 2, then post, and always maintain balance, okay? This is gonna be our first drill, super simple for those of you who are just starting out, and I really want you to get a good sense of balance when you're in a mount position first. Basic positioning is more important in MMA than throwing punches. Everyone wants to get into the ground, start doing ground and pound, and that's really efficient in fighting. But at the end of the day, there's no punches, no ground and pound if you can't maintain or stabilize your position. That's the number one thing. So that's why in Jiu-Jitsu, we always say position before submission. And that holds true in MMA as well.